welcome in everybody. Joe Powers here with you, getting ready for another fine episode of GHSA All Access here, and getting ready for football season coming up on us quickly. And we're going to talk around the state of Georgia today, venturing over to Sylvania, Georgia, over to Screven County. My friends over there, Coach Ron Duncan, joining us here today. Coach, how's it going, my friend? How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
How's it going, my friend?
It's going good. Just in the middle of our padded camp, hosting it. So finishing up day one today.
Yeah, everybody's doing the camps and all that fun stuff right now. It's something else. You said padded camps. Now, is that just shoulder pads and helmets, Coach, or is that the whole nine?
You can wear a girdle pad as long as you don't have knee pads in. So it's pretty much football. So it's from the thighs up, I guess.
I hear you. Hey, notice this big fancy Screven County helmet right here behind me. You see that?
It's a good looking helmet.
Man, that's good looking red right there, man. I'm glad to have it. I really appreciate y'all dropping that off with me. Well, I guess that was last year, maybe year before.
Yeah, we were on the way down to the quail hunt, I believe.
That's right.
In Albany or Sylvester, Georgia.
That's right. Well,
had Coach Ward and Coach Kirsten with us.
That's right. Well, Coach, I tell you what, we are real excited about this season and going into football. Going to be hot, as we know, as you guys are out there practicing right now. You see the heat, and you know what's coming. But with the camp that's going on this week, tell us a little bit about that and the GHSA rules behind, this week of mandatory practice and just what's going on right now. Let's talk about that.
Well, we're allowed two-day padded camp in June, and we're allowed a 2-day padded camp in July. Of course, we're going to do everything that we're allowed to do, and so we've always hosted one until COVID hit, and then it's been a couple years since we've hosted. But we hosted. We started ours back this year. We've got I think we had seven teams here today: Dublin, Swainsboro, Statesboro, Wheeler County, Windsor Forest, Hepzibah, and then tomorrow Claxton's going to come over. Gotcha. Coach Richards just took over that program. He was with me for a couple of years, and he's trying to get it going over there. So we're going to invite them over tomorrow, and just opportunity to get better against some good people. We went to one in June in Burke County. We went against some really good teams, and a lot of bigger. We've been the smallest school just about everywhere we've been. So. Going to get some bigger schools and some good competition. Burke County, played for state championship last year. Thompson went against them, and Effingham County, and a lot of those schools. And then when you turn around here today, we opened up 30 minutes with Dublin, a team that played in the semis last year, and turn around and went against Swainsboro, who been an elite team for a while now. So good competition. We had a spring scrimmage against Statesboro. We try to put ourselves, against some good competition in bigger schools, and hopefully it'll pay off for us.
I hear you. Well, Coach, I know, you've had success there, as you see on the screen now in Screven. You've been there a few years now, and 2012, 2014, 16, 17, region champs in the playoffs now 2 seasons ago, I guess. Would that be right?
Yeah, we missed it. We missed it last year for the second time in my coaching career, and our reason's really tough, very balanced. We were competitive for stretches just about every game, and it's just we return a lot of people, and it's about getting over that hump again, and getting back, hopefully making playoff runs again like we used to a few years ago. So, thanks for showing me. Yeah, it's start off against 2 quality teams with Jefferson County. We played forever. Vidalia we picked up last year, and then we get right into the meat of the region schedule right off. Game 3. So it's a challenge every week, really, and you can't afford to have a bad week or a down week, because just about any one of those teams can beat you.
That's right. And, you guys open up away there with Jefferson, and then you're at home for Vidalia. So, I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about that schedule, and we're going to talk a little bit about the team and the player. Let's talk about what you went through today. Of course, I'm the radio guy for the Irish here and do their play-by-play, and you can find that exclusively here on our station, WRBJRadio.com. But tell me what you saw today from the teams that you were out there up against: Swainsboro, Dublin. What did you see? How did it look? How did things go?
It went well. I mean, we did some good stuff against all of them, and we got some things we need to work on. And that's what this time of year is about. The last, I think 2 years ago, we went up to Dublin for the first round. It wasn't pretty. When you go somewhere like Dublin or Brooks County in the first round, which when we've been down, those are the places we've had to go, and those are nightmare scenarios, And
Right.
I think we played Dublin in the second round a few years ago, and it's just we see the wing tee a bunch, and we want to put ourselves against it as much as we can. I think Vidalia is going to the single wing, but we see it several times throughout the region schedule. Bryan County, ECI is going to run the wing tee, and they do it well.
Right.
Jenkins County, flex bone, but a little wing tee. So going against those type teams, really good. Swainsboro, they're kind of traditionally been a 4-4 defense, and we'll see that against Jefferson County. So everything we try to do, have a mindset about why we're doing it, and just try and use it to help us build our program back and get back where we were. And I think 2012 we had the biggest turnaround in the state of Georgia my first year here, and then we almost had it another year, which isn't good when you do it when you've been here a while. But I mean, we're hoping we can have that bounce back year with what we have coming back.
Right. Well, we talked a little bit about Screven County, and we cover the entire state, so we'll just show people here real quick on the map where we're talking about over here on the east border of the state. And of course, you're talking about traveling with Swainsboro and playing Dublin and traveling. Let's talk a little bit about just the dynamics of travel in football and GHSA and what it means right now. Of course, you guys are in Division 2, Region 3, right?
Yes.
Did I get that right? So let's talk a little bit about what that means for you guys to be who you're playing and traveling and all that fun stuff.
Well, for years, they won the state championship here in 2002. They were 3A, and I think they around 08, 09, they started kind of dropping a little bit. You can look at the map and see we're we're the sixth largest county in the state of Georgia land-wise, and we're certainly probably the least densely populated county in Georgia. Extremely rural,
right?
But for years, when I got here, we were 2A forever, and we were traveling, an hour and 15 minutes was our closest region game, and I spent 17 years coaching in South Carolina, and if you had one region game that was an hour and 15 minutes, people would be all upset about and appealing and trying to move. But here, I mean, heck, we played Jefferson County. I mean, we were in a region forever with Dublin and all those guys, East Lawrence, Dublin, Jefferson County, all the Augusta schools. So we've traveled a bunch. This region that we're in now is really good as far as travel, local built-in kind of rivalries. We've never really had a natural rivalry since I've been here. That Elbert County, Hart County game. We don't have that rivalry because because of our isolation or whatever the reason. I know us and Swainsboro have a long history of playing, and they were in a region with us forever too. But this region is a lot of close built-in games, 20, 25-minute, 30-minute trips, and it's really been really good for us and our community. We have a lot of support, as you know, and our fans are able to travel, and they travel well, and they always have to away games. But it's a lot of interest from the other schools too when we play on. Bryan County's been Coach Freeman's done a great job. I talked to him just a minute ago. He called. It being a local, very local, 45, 50 minutes away is great. We do have to go to MCA this year. and that's a haul. But other than that, we're close knit, and we all get along as coaches. Fun group to be around and be with.
Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the players now, and talk about what you got coming up in the Gamecocks Red this year. Who we're going to be talking about? What's going to be the names that are on the tip of our tongues? Tell us about the build of your team, senior, junior, sophomore. What's it going to look like out there for you?
Well, last year we ended the year with 3 seniors, and we return a lot of guys that have got had experience, starting experience. I mean, there's probably 10, 11, 12, 13 guys on both sides of the ball that have started significant time over the last couple of years, and we've been young for a couple of years. This group of seniors, a lot of them have played a bunch of football since they were freshmen. So we have a great group of seniors. Really, really good group, and they're leaders, and they're great kids. It's probably, as a whole, this is in 32 years of coaching, I don't think I've ever coached a better group of kids, as far as not having to worry about them getting in trouble or doing things or not giving effort. They're going to give effort. They're not selfish. They're team first. So all that stuff's been really good this year. And then, we lost the kid. Our right tackle's a really good player, junior. We lost him. He got hurt in the weight room right before the dead week and had to have surgery, and he's going to miss the year. And that was a freak accident, and he was squatting and had something snap. And, but it happens. But we've got, running back A.B. Hilton. He's an unbelievable high character kid, great kid. He's been offered by Georgia Southern. He'll be a junior. Won the state in the 100 as a sophomore. Excited about him. And then we get another running back, Andre Machad. He missed last year. He's probably our best player on the team as a freshman, and he got hurt midways through his sophomore year. Had to have surgery. Got behind, and he's looked really good back as well as a running back and especially as a linebacker. DeMarco Ward will take over at quarterback. He's a tremendous athlete. He's a 3-sport guy, and he's got a lot of tools. He's put together. He's a big, strong kid, probably 5'11", 195, 200 pounds, really quick, really fast. So I think it's going to open up a lot more in our run game with him. Tony Ball is a 4-year starter on the offensive line. He's getting some college attention. And then Kevin really has been a kid that's probably started off and on for 4 years. He's 6'3", 320-pound left guard. And he's really matured and gotten a lot better. Luke Bohan is a 4-year starter at tight end and plays some defense. So there's a lot of those guys back. K-Sharp Prescott's he ran the ball well at the end of last year, and he'll also be back. And we've got our sophomore and freshman class. Our sophomore class might be our most talented, actually, and a lot of those guys are going to played a bunch last year as freshmen, and we'll play a bunch this year as well. Really, really excited about what we have, and I know I'm usually poor mouth, and I have that reputation, but I think we're very excited, and we've got to learn how to win again. Last year we won 4 games, and that's not up to our standard. So we've got to learn how to win again, and we have a brutal schedule. So there are other factors too, but really like where we're at right now, and hopefully we'll continue to progress. And we're going to have adversity. Every team does. I've been 15-0 and had adversity, so you're going to have it. And how we handle adversity is going to be key. Last year we didn't handle it so well. But what the thing we're really trying to do is teach these kids how to fight and how to be competitive in this game so that they can be competitive in life. And that ultimately that's what it's all about.
Well, Coach, I love that you bring that up and talk about it. It's one of the things that I love to talk about with coaches and all across the state of Georgia. And that is what we're really doing here, right? And we could talk about the X's and O's, and we can talk about the schedule and all that records, but really we're making young men better young men, right? Teaching them how to play in the game of life as well as in the game of football. So let's stop and talk about that for just a second. I know we see social media posts that come and go. I saw one just yesterday or today, and I'm going to not be able to tell you the school now that I'm trying to, but talking about a young man that was brought to his faith in Jesus Christ and was saved and baptized or saved there at practice with a lot of uh, the personal growth and the personal coaching that goes on in this time of year with the kids. Let's talk about what it is that you guys are doing there in Screven. What do the Gamecocks do to grow that other side of the man? The football player is one side, but the other side of the man. What do you guys do there at Screven County that really brings that message home?
Well, we're very blessed. We've got a chaplain. He's a pastor here. He actually was our chaplain when the 2 years when I was the defense coordinator at Elbert County with Sid Fritz and before I came to Screven in 2012, and he took a church here in Screven. I tell everybody he followed me here, but Jay works with our kickers. But more importantly, when he came here, I told him, I said, we had this 12th man ministry in Elbert County, which is really good, and
Right.
I wanted Jay to kind of to be there, if nothing else, to plant the seeds that need to be planted that one day may grow. And we we work hard to build the athlete, work hard to build the student, but the mental health and the life as a Christian young man, hopefully, is the most important part of that. And Jay's done a wonderful job with that and just being there, and he can handle it if he hears the kid say a cuss word or something. He's been around the locker room and
Right.
he's not going to panic, when things go haywire, but having him to plant those seeds so that we can grow, and listen, we're always growing. I think I was 30 when I got my first head job, and I was coming off, great run as defense coordinator, two great programs in South Carolina. And when I went to Bamberg as a head coach, we turned the program around that had been losing, and we turned it around really quick and started winning big. And I honestly thought it was about me, and it was me that had done it. And, when I came here, I think I came here with the right mindset that it's about building the kid. And, I think I may have told you this before, but, a couple of years ago, we were having it was about 3 or 4 years ago, we were having after we had that great run for 8 or 9 years, we had a down year. And one of the coach South Effingham at the time, Nate, he called me. He's like, Coach, I'm not used to this. He'd been at Lee County and had won. And I told him, I said, look, if you are doing the right thing by the kids and you're working hard on that end and you're doing all you can do, then you've got to be satisfied with that. And then your ego and your identity is not tied into whether you win or lose a game. So you've got to keep working toward building men of faith and building men and build your program with the right culture, and other things will take care of themselves. And that's certainly what we've tried to do here. And I get judged on wins and losses, and that's fine. I get it. But at the same time, to me personally, we block out the outside noise. We focus on, circle the wagons during the season, win, lose, or whatever. We don't listen to people praise us when we're doing things great. We don't listen to people trash us when we're not. We just try to do right by our kids that we coach. And I've tried to do that everywhere I've been, and especially learning as a young head coach how to handle things and maybe not doing them always the right way, and then handling the right way now. And heck, we face adversity. I've got a daughter that's had 7 open heart surgeries. I've had a son that's had 1. Been through those. Lost my father when he was only 60 with pancreatic cancer, and watched that. And he was my best friend in the world, and I didn't think there was any way I could get through it. And I prayed. But when I got through it, I thought I did it. And so trying to stay grounded and humble and be a servant leader is what we're trying to do here.
That's right. I hear you. And that's why I love talking to the coaches and getting you guys to talk about that other side of the man that we build out there on the football field, that y'all build, I should say. It's always good to hear. Well, let me ask you a question. This is, I like to throw one at you, Coach, that's maybe not about the program in the season, but just maybe what's topical. I don't know if you've seen this, because I know you're super busy right now in camp and all the things you got going on. But did you happen to see the story about Teddy Bridgewater that was where he was suspended, knocked out. I think he's suspended or relieved of his duty coaching a high school football program, former NFL quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, because he was providing, Uber and Lyft fares and, meals and things like that for kids and the community and the players out of his own money for his school and for his program. He was actually suspended and or relieved of his position because of that, because it was like an NIL violation or, an unauthorized gift to a school. Can I just say, is there not a coach that hasn't had a player where you've had to go buy, you bought Gatorade, you bought a meal, you did something to help somebody get?
No, I can tell you this.
Have you heard that story first off?
I haven't heard it, and I have been busy. And but I can tell you this: if there's a state in Georgia, if there's a school in Georgia that has a coach that doesn't do those things, they probably need to get rid of him for that. Because if I had all I've given back, I'd have a lot more money. I can tell you that, and that's part of it. We've all done it. My assistant coaches do it. I mean, it's what you do, and especially when you're in a rural area where 75% of your kids live below the poverty level. It comes with the territory, and I don't know the details behind that, but I can promise you this: what he was giving them, percentage-wise, is a heck of a lot more than what Ron Duncan at Screven County can give, because Teddy Bridgewater's made a little bit more money than I have, and good for him. I don't begrudge him for it, but
that's right.
Unless he's buying them cars, the transfer.
I don't think a car was on the list, Coach. I don't think it was a car. But anyway, Coach, let me just ask you this. I've got you about time now here. I love talking to you guys. I don't get to visit with you often enough, but tell me a little bit about what's going on in the community, how you're looking for, just the energy coming around football season coming up, back to the grind, back to the school year. It all starts here a couple weeks away or so. It's not long. You're in camp now. Just tell me, how's it going in the community, and how's the family? How's everybody else doing? I was talking to Coach Kurt Williams the other day, and he was like, yeah, it's about that time where I tell the wife, hey, I'll see you at Christmas, Yeah. How's everything going around there for you guys?
It's going great. We're lucky that we're blessed to have the community we have. And our booster club, I mean, they wanted to cook for camp. So that, and they cooked for, one other team wanted hamburgers and hot dogs. I think most of the other schools got it taken care of, and then we fed ours. But we've got a core group of booster clubs that's outstanding here. We probably raise $60,000-$70,000 a year in this community. That's really good. And they work extremely hard. They care a lot about it. When you've won big, there's a kind of a curse behind winning. When you win a lot, you spoil them, and then when you lose, they find other things to do. But we do they'll come back. It's just fine. And our attendance, we still have a good following, but it's just trying to get. We'll amp up with some, first Friday deal. We're going to do in downtown August 1st. That Friday night, we'll go downtown with the band and the cheerleaders and do a little mini pep rally in the square and get some people back excited. This group of young kids we have, the sophomores and the freshman group, they've won pretty big in middle school and rec league, and they have parents that have followed them. So that side of it's really good to see too. There's a lot of years you coach a kid for 4 years and you see their parents on senior night. That's me. We built our new facility. They put a sensor in, and it's on the room. So usually I'll try to throw something to get the light to come back on. But it is what it is. I got a big office, but like I said, the sensors doesn't reach me. But anyway, so we'll get amped up with that, and then we'll scrimmage South Effingham on the 8th, and then we'll take off into the season. And like I said, really, I've told our kids this all season, everything they want or needs on the other side of tough. So we got to get tougher. We got to go through tough things to get where we want to get. And Burke County, it was really hot those 2 days at Burke County, and I think it was tough on us. We needed that, and it was tough today because of the competition we went against. It wasn't close to being too hot, but it was good from that side of it. We've challenged ourselves, trying to get ready, and hopefully we can win, get off to a good start, and create some excitement here again, and kind of get back to our winning ways.
Well, Coach, I'm going to ask you one question here, a real simple one, hopefully. But what game on this schedule right here do I need to circle if I'm going to be like, yeah, this is the game that Joe wants to keep his eyes and ears open to here for GHSA All Access? Which one of those games should I circle?
Well, Joe, you're not going to like the answer, but it's the first one, and that's the only thing we can really worry about right now. We're actually not even worried about it right now. We'll start with Jefferson County Prep about a week and a half before we play them, but we want to treat each and this is not coaches speak. This is for real. We want each game week is a season into itself, and if I circled a game and we also know when I'd catch it. So I'm not falling into that trap. Burton Kemp, our local media guy, tries to get me on that every interview, and I'm not doing it with him. I usually get ugly with him, but I'm not going to get ugly with him.
I hear you.
The biggest game of the year that we play every year is the next one on our schedule.
That's right. I hear you, Coach. Hey, well, you mentioned Elbert County. Did you know I'm from Stevens County originally? I'm used to playing. I played in that Granite Bowl up there where you had that run, man. That's a tough place to play football.
Yeah, I told somebody, I said, don't throw a corner around the end zone. That I think the granite wall about intersected the back pylon of the end zone. That's right. There's a couple of them close.
Yeah, that's a unique place to play up there.
It was a neat place to coach. Very fortunate. Those 2 years, probably the funnest 2 years of my coaching career, honestly.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
A lot of fun up there. Well, Coach, I've held you long enough. I'm going to let you get out of here, but I always give my coaches, my guests, the last word. So I'll give that to you, Coach. What is it you want to share, want people to know? Where can they find the ball games? Where can they find information about Screven County football? Tell us about it.
Well, I think the easiest place to find out information is Max Preps, because we kind of required to load it there, and
right.
Wherever our AD does it. But Max Preps, we haven't streamed our games. We didn't stream our games last year. That was really the first year we haven't done it in a while. But and I talked to some of the coaches today about it, and they've kind of not done it because they felt like it would hurt their attendance or whatever. But so with Max Preps, we have everything updated. Our schedules are there, our rosters on there, our stats are updated by noon Saturday morning by Burton Kemp, who does an excellent job with our stats and always has here. But whatever the newspaper is calling itself this week, I shouldn't say that, but the Sylvania Times, I think, I don't know, it used to be something else, but and the Gamecock Twitter, hey, follow it.
There you go. Find it on X, brother, right there. X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Right. Yep. All right, Coach. Well, thank you so much. It's always good to get to talk to you. I'm going to keep that Screven helmet back there. I rotate it every now and again, but I'm glad to see that red.
Keep that one up.
Yeah. It looks good back there. It does.
Yep.
Good looking helmet sitting right there. Well, hey, you're always welcome here on GHSA All Access. And I want to share with you when we get offline here, if you didn't know, I'm kind of partnering with T-Mobile on a promotion that they have right now that opens tomorrow. Registration does. It's called Friday Night Lights. And I'll share some information with you around that. Could be a way to they're giving away money, basically, Coach. It's grants that they're giving to schools to show some school pride and, just really engage with T-Mobile on their socials. It's really all it is. But I'll share that information with you. Make sure you guys get registered for it. Maybe find some money to slide in there from T-Mobile to Screven County. That'd be good, right?
That'd be great.
All right. We appreciate you, Coach Ron Duncan, the head coach there in Screven County. Good luck this season. We'll talk to you again real soon, okay?
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it, Joe.
Yes, sir.
The best in high school sports coverage in the state of Georgia is known by one name, the GHSA All Access. Tune in right here weekly to stay current with player profiles, coaches' conversations, and what's happening in GHSA sports. The GHSA All Access. Right here. Presented by Powers Media Network.